Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session. First of all, let me thank you, BI4ALL, for having us today at this event. My name is Francesco Diaz. I work in AWS in the analytics team. I'm here with Alberto, my colleague, that will later on will take the lead of the presentation to talk additional topics. So today we are covering three main things. First one is related to what is happening in the analytics area and what customers are looking for in this space. Second one is we will do a very quick overview of the analytics services portfolio that we have, in particular related to data lakes. And the third one, the third point is related to use case stories, and this part will be covered by Alberto. So let's start with article from Forbes that suggests that 85% of the businesses want to become data-driven, but actually only 37% have been successful in this journey. Why is that? So the primary message here is that a lot of customers tell us that they struggle with even defining what data-driven is, and also in aligning between business and technology stakeholders. So how we have defined it, we found four key aspects to describe it. First of all, data needs to be treated as an asset instead of a product within the company. Second one is data is the primary driver in the majority of innovation strategies. Third one is that is important to deliver actionable insights, so not just to deliver the good enough, but also solutions that are able to drive action for the business. And of course, the fourth point is the experience in implementing such solutions. So let's now move on some data points and trends on what is happening on data. Let's start with another analysis done by Aberdeen that says that companies that are able to extract value from data usually outperform similar companies by 9% in the revenue growth. Another point is related to the data growth. In particular, many large companies see that data grows 10x every 5 years. So it is important to design a solution that is able also to scale within time. And in terms of variety, volume, and velocity of data, it's not just a matter of handling structured data anymore. It is also important to work with diverse type of data, even structured and unstructured, because data now come also from additional data sources such as IoT devices or log files or streaming data coming from applications or social networks. So for important point to remind here is also related to the people accessing the data, because there are many additional personas that need to access the information. So it is important also to democratize data in order to make them available for different type of users. So to summarize, before moving to the second mini section of this presentation, we have the explosion of information. So we said we have different type of data. We have different personas that need to access the data. And also it is very important to implement different type of analysis, because data needs to be faster analyzed. Often this has to be done in real time. So one of the main enablers to support a modern data platform is to include a data lake strategy in the company. So this helps in several ways. For example, you can have a centralized repository that allows to structure, to present a different type of data. And this data can be stored at any scale, because you have a virtually unlimited storage in the cloud with the data lake implementation. second point is that you can store the data as it is. So you can transform the data later. So this also helps when the velocity part is required in the implementation of a data lake strategy. Third point is that you can also enable the access to historical information. So you don't need to, for example, to separate hot data from cold data too much, because as I said, you have much more storage you can rely on in order to implement such solution. And you can use the data lake as a base for additional analytics platforms such as business intelligence or machine learning. So there are some elements to analyze in a data lake and analytics solutions. We have 4 in this slide, and you can see in this slide you have on the bottom, on the left, you have the data movement part. So this could be the need to move a data warehouse to the cloud, for example, or a database to the cloud, or you could have for example, real-time data movement into the data lake. Second one is the data lake, and then on top of that, you have the analytics services. So when it comes to data movement, you have different services to implement that. As an example, if you need to integrate your on-prem data center with a region in AWS, you have a service called Direct Connect, and this enables solutions that are hybrid, so you can access also your sources that are on-prem. If you need to move streaming data, there is the Kinesis family, which is a set of services that allows you to handle clickstream, stream in general, and also analyze the data coming from the stream. Now, moving to the second part, which is the data lake. So in this case, the storage, of course, is key. So in our case, we have Amazon S3, which is an highly scalable and durable object storage, which allows you to access data with milliseconds latency. So once you have the data in the cloud, you can then enrich the data using a data catalog. And if you need to implement a data lake, you can use a service which is called Lake Formation that enables you to reduce the time needed to implement a data lake from months to days. It also allows you to have a centralized repository for your security, because this is important when you have different personas accessing your information. We said before that it is important not only to rely on traditional ways to analyze the data, and for that there are different services depending on the type of data you need to analyze. For example, if you are in a cloud data warehouse type of scenario, you can use Redshift. Today, our customers are analyzing 2 exabytes of data every day using Redshift. But if you need, for example, to implement a data lake, a big data solution, you could use EMR as well as other services. So last point is related to machine learning. Again, also here we have different services. I'm only mentioning 2 here. If you have an expert machine learning practitioner or a data scientist, we offer the possibility to use virtual machines that are optimized for deep learning analysis. So the machine learning practitioner could use frameworks such as TensorFlow or MXNet, or the one they prefer to do the analysis. While if you have a developer implementing a machine learning algorithm, they can use Amazon SageMaker, because in that case, they can use this platform to build, train, and deploying machine learning models. So Amazon itself is an example of a company that went through a multi-year machine learning journey. And we use machine learning through, for example, our fulfillment process in order to develop a forecast system that can predict the appropriate amount of demand for each product. Another example is Alexa. We have developed a natural language processing technology to give customers the possibility to interact using voice with other systems. And these are just a couple of examples. There are, of course, many others. It has been a big cultural change for us, and it's something that every company can do. So I have finished my part with that. Let me hand over to Alberto that will explain some of the customer success stories that we have.
Thank you so much, Francesco. Good morning to everybody. My name is Alberto Scipionato. I am a business developer in AWS covering the analytics platform. And in this short session, I will going to walk through some great use cases from our customer. We'll start just from the Amazon case. Amazon.com is a great portal. Everyone knows it. It builds and operates thousands of microservices to serve millions of customers. So in this case, a great data platform is crucial to execute all the business cases supporting Amazon business. The challenge of this first case was the previous data warehouse on-premises platform, and in particular the ability to scale with the growth of data. Initially, the data lake of Amazon contained 50 petabytes of data, and with the new solution deployed entirely using Amazon Web Services S3, Redshift, and EMR, we were able to double this size of data lake to hundreds of petabytes. Here you can see in next slide a short high-level architecture of how Amazon.com platform works. It is entirely based on a S3 data lake covering over 100 petabytes, as I said. On top of this, we have all the big data marketplace platform covering all the use cases, and also analytics services such as EMR, Redshift Spectrum, and other to do business users available to get their insights from data. The second case I wanted to show is NASDAQ. NASDAQ is a group of companies operating financial exchanges around the world. In this case, you can see that in each trading day, between 30 and 50 billions of orders are inserted into the systems. And in particular, we have an astonishing 5 billion rows inserted into the databases every day. So in also this case, the scalability and availability of the platform was crucial. And NASDAQ decided to deploy a data lake on S3 using also our Elastic MapReduce service to process historical data. Because one of the challenges was that NASDAQ wanted to make the historical data footprint available for analytics and getting new insights. In the next slide, we can see a quick diagram of explaining how this works. You can see in the left-hand side of this picture, the data sources composed of flat files and also operational databases from all the 7 exchanges operated by NASDAQ, including orders, quotes, trade executions, and more. All these data are ingested into S3 and then accessed by both Redshift from an analytics perspective, so for a fast query engine for business users, and EMR using a specific technology called Presto to do deep analysis on all the historical data coming from the data lake. So this architecture enables both the two use cases. The next case shifts from financial institution to the gaming industry. Epic Games is one of our customers. Epic Games uses AWS to deliver Fortnite to more than 250 million players around the world, with an astonishing number of 100 petabytes of data and 125 millions of events every minute, ingested from game clients, servers, and other platforms. To understand how customers are, or better players are playing the game, and improve the playing experience for customers. In next slides, we can see that data coming from clients, servers, also the launcher of Fortnite, are ingested into the platform using Kinesis. And Kinesis then splits the streams of data into two different sub-platforms. The first one has the goal to give the gamers in real time data that are used also by game designers to improve the game, such as patching it or placing weapons in some places and so on. And another platform is related to a batch use of data, just to have dashboard and business analytics in a classic way about how the game is working. Next case is a pharmaceutical company, Pfizer, one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, with above 50 billion revenues, and now is quite famous about the discovery of one of the vaccines to the coronavirus, as we can read on the newspapers. Pfizer is a huge user of Redshift. Redshift was able to give the customer about 10x performance improvement in data warehousing, and also reduce time and effort from scientists in regulatory submissions and data preparation, so freeing their time to do their work, that is pharmaceutical research. In the next slide, we can see that another customer coming from educational industry, that is Pearson, instead has had a different approach using data, because its challenge was the presence of lots of security logs, application logs, web logs from different sources. The customer needed a centralized logging solution with search capabilities to have a deep knowledge of all these logs. They found a solution using our Amazon Elasticsearch service. It is our managed service to do analysis on a huge amount of logs from application and infrastructure point of view. So they got the centralized log management and analysis platform, also for security concern and fraud detection. So let's see the last case we want to mention this morning. It's Capital One. Capital One is a financial corporation from America, specialized in credit cards, auto loans, banking, saving accounts, and so forth. Capital One chose Amazon QuickSight, that is our serverless service for business intelligence and data visualization. That is a very cost-effective tool and highly scalable, because it's serverless, to build their internal analysis, reporting, and dashboard and get new insights from their data. We have, on top of these cases, 10 of thousands of data lakes deployed and running on AWS across all industry. Here you can see many other logos of famous companies, using our analytics platform. So we have covered just one part of our customers, including financial institutions, gaming, pharmaceutical, media, and so on. If you want to deep dive more on our analytics platform and we are ready to start a project involving our services, feel free to reach us. We are available in this event and also in the future. We will leave our contacts at the end of the session. Feel free to work with our account team from AWS to schedule a big data immersion day to deep dive on these services. And then feel free to reach out our partner BI4ALL to implement a solution on AWS, and also our AWS professional services to set up a workshop to assess and accelerate your transformation. Thank you so much for your attention. Molto obrigado, and see you soon.